So this consultation, as Jakob has said, is focused on the HFC phase down. That's the key policy change that we're being asked to comment on. And Jakob has already shown this list, that there's a whole set of policy possibilities that are excluded from the consultation. And you'll see in a few minutes in my presentation that that is a quite different approach to what has been adopted in the EU 2024 regulation. I think that is something that would be interesting to discuss this morning, and in terms of your responses to the consultation document. Although it didn't say it in the consultation, I note that, of course, there's no proposals about bans. In the existing regulation, that's in Annex 3, with a list of bans that still apply, of course. But in the new EU regulation, in Annex 4 of the EU regulation, there is a rather more comprehensive and challenging list of bans. But those are not in this consultation. A really interesting question is whether or not the sort of what one might call signposting that bans create is helpful to industry, or whether one takes this, what I guess an economist would call the right approach, which is that you don't have two policies that overlap with each other. So what do I mean by that? In the EU 2024 regulation, we've got the ambitious phase down, and we also have the bans. Either of those policies by themselves might lead to approximately the same result. So the economists would say you shouldn't have both policies, and that seems to be the approach that that DEFRA is taking at the moment. At least that's my interpretation of it.